Good evening, family. Welcome to Military Strategies, January 8th, 2026, 2:32 ante meridiem in Spain.
No.
9:30 in Venezuela. In Diosdado, Cabello,
Oh.
Delcy Rodriguez, Vladimir Padrino appears separately. And right now, there will be a crisis for a while. And did you get it? The deck begins, the last one, maybe in history. Family, we are live on Military Strategies. Leave your likes, your comments.
Comment
We're starting with everything. We're starting one more night.
us.
We're starting Venezuela.
¡Fuera!
Family, very good evening. Welcome to Military Strategies. We are live right now. There were doubts about Diosdado being alive, right? I was already thinking he wasn't alive. Welcome. Diosdado Cabello is alive because of his courage.
Because of his strength, a faith in life from the president and from Sylvia. No.
Because Diosdado is very serious.
Right now we were informed.
Because he has also just been politically displaced. Tonight they were alive. And in what way?
By Delcy, what we want right now is for them to return Sylvia and Nicholas to us.
Let's hear Diosdado. It's the year's top show.
Sylvia to her country, where she is the constitutional president of the Bolivarian Republic.
Delcy Rodriguez has completely surrendered to the United States. She said there's an economic alliance and they have to seek peace. After they invade them by air, go down to Maduro's bunker, take Maduro and his wife to the United States of America. The regime ends up selling oil to the United States and announcing important reforms in the country.
Tonight we are going to see everything here on Military Strategies.
I wanted to watch this show. I wanted to watch it with you guys. I'm sorry. You keep me company, whoever wants to, and if you don't like it, that's fine.
I'm really sorry.
But I want to see what they say and where this comes from.
Because here it's good.
Also, he's just starting out. Now, I'm telling you, Delcy has criticized him. Not directly, but hinting that radicalism must end here.
From our land, the first attacks began. Let's remember 14, 15, 16, 17. Come on, if we go a little further back with Commander Chavez. Treacherous attacks, the accusations and allegations without any kind of basis against.
We have to understand a position that is clear. And while Diosdado is speaking, we have to understand something very, very clear about this. Diosdado can indeed represent the base of Chavismo.
But nevertheless,
Delcy isn't the foundation of Chavismo. And when will the base of Chavismo start to understand? In a few days? After having received such a major blow like what happened with Maduro, first, that they were betrayed from within. Second, Delcy is already making future plans without Maduro. And third, that there is a complete commercial alliance with the United States. Who is going to leave? Will Diosdado have the hammer? Let's see if they don't get him out of the way.
if a country more democratic than Venezuela had to get in line with our country. Human rights here in Venezuela. No, none of that, none of that. The issue is oil, the issue is our resources, which belong to Venezuelan men and women.
Let's see if Diosdado defends what Delcy has said, that there must be a peace alliance with the United States and a trade agreement.
Wasn't oil the cartel of the Suns? And anyone in the United States who tells you that here in Venezuela they're celebrating what they did, they're lying to you, they're lying to you. Here, people demand Nicholas and Sylvia be returned to us.
That's a lie. The armed groups have taken to the streets to prevent people from going out to celebrate.
They have intelligence mechanisms. They have intelligence and should know. Here there hasn't been not a single demonstration lie of support for the barbarity, for the attack.
That's a lie, a lie.
One even says, God, dear.
God, since he's not in his studio, which has a gigantic painting of Bolivar, and this has an important symbolic connotation.
Tante.
Su petróleo y la tierra.
He's not wearing the red shirt, he's wearing the black shirt.
What is true is that in Venezuela, every president who has tried to take control of the main oil industry has been overthrown. Let's review the history, and we'll realize it. A little known one, but it's one of the...
Look at what he just said, we're behind. Message to Delcy.
Their oil and land.
Message to Delcy.
They can't explain that to the world. What is true is that in Venezuela, every president who has tried to take control of the main oil industry has been overthrown. Let's review the history, and we'll realize it.
Coup d'etat. Coup d'etat.
Who took the firmest stance in Medina Angarita and has gone to Medina Angarita, took a stance.
He just threw it, huh?
Knocked down? And from then on, Hugo Chavez and everyone who wanted to have control, and now, well, the kidnapping, and placed in the condition of prisoner of war by brother President Nicolas Maduro and sister Silvia Flores. That's the real situation. Venezuela is there. Here, what the Constitution establishes is being fulfilled. What we've done, what the Constitution dictates,
Like Maduro.
we are supporting in an absolute total way. The comrade. Siloina looks down. She has lowered her gaze and is swallowing it.
Pay attention and observe her body language.
We are supporting absolutely, completely.
Watch for the lowered gaze.
To the comrade.
She lowers her head. It's hard for her to say it at all. To her classmate. Of?
Siloina Rodriguez Gomez.
I can't believe it.
Acting president.
He goes silent. He can't find the words. Look at him again. Please, please, game over.
Subscribe. We are giving absolute total support to our comrade, Siloina Rodriguez Gomez, acting president of the country due to the kidnapping of our brother, the constitutional president, Nicolas Maduro Moro. It's a reality, and we are supporting him wholeheartedly.
Takes a breath. He's lying. He's clearly lying every day.
And I'm not just talking about Diosdado. I mean the whole country, the whole country.
He's lying.
Oh.
All the institutions. Our Bolivarian National Armed Force is a recognition of its integrity, a true recognition of this people.
It's shaking. Look at the hands. Look at the hands. Look, 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 look.
Bolivariana, it's a recognition
Look at those hands.
to her strength, a recognition
Look how her hands tremble when she talks about the army.
to this town
Look at him. Look at him.
who has known how to keep calm,
I can't believe it.
to this town,
Look at the fingers. Look, look.
a recognition of her strength, A true recognition to these people who have managed to remain calm. And let's look at history, the history of other countries and what has happened.
Look at him, he's shaking, huh?
What's happening here in Venezuela? The guarantee of peace in Venezuela?
Like a kitten, like a kitten. Where is the mallet?
It is represented by the Bolivarian Revolution.
The mallet is inside.
The opposition knows it. They all know it. Now, there are people who laugh and say, no, we managed to get Maduro out. Ah, and who governs? Who is leading the Bolivarian Revolution from that opposition? Bad, bad, bad. From the bad influencers. None of them knew anything about them. They never consulted him. They never consulted him. They've repeated this for 18 months and now will say, I told you so. No, that's just dishonest. They deceive those who let themselves be deceived.
He's the guy who used to say that Venezuela's radars were infallible and that nobody should dare enter Venezuela or they'd be shot down. This guy.
The reality is there. The reality is there. The whole world knows today that Nicolas Maduro is a prisoner of war. Everyone knows the United States, North American imperialism broke all the rules.
Are you very nervous?
Diosdado Cabello, look at your hands. Today he is violating all the rules of the United States government itself, and the rejection over there is enormous. It's obvious. It's obvious. Because one of the things he says is that it wasn't just aimed at military targets. We have some videos, and I'm going to try to get through the program quickly for you. The program will be shorter, of course, but focused on very specific topics.
The shorter program.
For example, only military targets, right? And what happened to the people? We have some testimonies that we recorded from people, from non-military civilians who were affected. Please play that video.
Are you using a computer for the program?
After the criminal attack by the gringos? Look, gringo, human right, look at your human right, a family, look, gringo, look. This was calm, look, go to the world. This video...
They put music for us. Try. I turned down the volume because of the music voice.
My neighbours, the damage caused.
I turn off the music it has. Sorry, it's not that I want to hide anything. Copyright issues. There's something that needs to be said. Some of the anti-aircraft batteries placed that night were near residential areas, and they were put there as well. Put there in addition on purpose. While this nonsense and propaganda is coming out, Diosdado is about to lose it. Diosdado is about to lose it, trembling, sobbing. He's not shouting. There's no audience. There's no one. They've put him in a room to do the show, and that's it. I can't play the audio because there's music and Maduro's voice. But the subtitle is there.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You can't because of the music, sorry. You can't read the subtitle.
There's music, I can't.
Really, I'm sorry. Oh my. The mallet. There's no mallet. There's no board. There's nothing. This is already out. Honestly, I'm surprised. Am I being serious? I thought Diosdado was going to come in a bit stronger, a bit tougher, but he's like a lamb. He started much later because Delcy was live and he wasn't invited to Delcy's, to Madu's. Diosdado wasn't invited to Delcy's very important meeting where she announced important government measures. They're excluding him. They're giving him the cold shoulder. Let's see if this video plays, because there's music. Okay.
Aquí está.
We've put the tag that we want the program to use to identify the show. Hashtag Venezuela doesn't give up. Hashtag Venezuela doesn't give up.
No table or place to sit.
He doesn't give up. These people don't give up. This homeland doesn't give up.
The cameraman is terrible. This seems bad.
With legacy, Hugo Chavez left a story and warned us. They're going to use the Noriega-Iraq formula. Iraq, weapons of mass destruction. We always mentioned it. Same with Venezuela. They never believed the story about the cartel of the Suns or the armed gangs. No, they never believed it, but they don't need people to believe them. They just need. And when you see the contradiction, that in the middle of this situation, the United States justice system says, no, the cartel of the Suns doesn't exist. You think God impunity has gone too far in the world.
God must be just as surprised, right?
They can do it to anyone, to anyone.
God must be just as broken, and this smells fishy to me. What if they forced him to say all this?
An issue with Greenland. Some say Venezuela can attack, but not Greenland. In Venezuela, there are black indigenous people, unlike Greenland. Also, as we've noted, there are no bombs. Only Chavistas are being killed. It causes us pain and anger, but there are no bombs. It only kills Chavistas. It's tragic that people not involved in the Bolivarian Revolution were killed.
Are there 2 or 3 civilians confirmed among the casualties from the bombings on the 3rd?
Not at all. There was absolutely no circumstance that would have justified a military attack. Not at all. It just leaves a wave of terror, of course, for the people, for our children. The children heard everything. That's not right. That's inhuman. What was done is inhuman. Inhuman. And in the end, they decide to kidnap President Nicolas Maduro.
And this isn't the hammer.
Everyone already knows.
There's no audience, nothing, no machete and no hammer.
Let's keep working to bring Nicolas Maduro and Silvia Flores back to our country. Another thing, not just military installations. We showed them there with videos to people that their houses were attacked, set on fire by the effect of the bombs. And many of them, right? Murdered. But for example, why attack a place where they keep medicine?
Well, this is another one of the lies the regime has spread today, saying they attacked a medicine warehouse. And they show images of the remains of Buk anti-aircraft missiles.
It's outrageous to attack a place like that. Why attack a university? Or such a unique research institute for Venezuela like the IBI and was the Center for Mathematics Studies attacked? Why? Why? Fortunately, there weren't any people there. Watch this video.
Let's see.
Let's see this. Short, the audio leaves the image. It's subtitled. Can you read it? There's music.
Oh.
The sequences, are you serious? I have the photograph here. We can look at it later since I'm not selling anything. You can see the bug system that was put in there. Incredible, incredible look. While they're putting this crap in, just like Hezbollah does, just like Hamas does. I'm going to put the evidence here so you can see it. What you're about to see now, give me a second. Community. What you're seeing is a bug system that was hidden inside the medicine storage. Amazing, amazing. Of course, they put the anti-aircraft batteries in those places. They know they're going to be destroyed. And then they say it's a university, a medicine warehouse. Very easy. Is it that easy to manipulate? See, the Bug M2 missile remains. Inside the famous one, look inside the famous medicine warehouse. They're such liars. Kobo, deceive yourselves and take this missile to investigate. It's the one you need because it was there. What they did was an operation to suppress anti-air defenses. But they want to tell us something else.
Yeah.
They don't show the footage of the bug that I just put up.
Look, not this. These aren't stories. They're real, which is why I spoke about the truth.
They're lies, Diosdado.
Hey,
Their device only has one camera.
they can tell.
Yes, it has just one camera. That wasn't even production.
A great anti-American sentiment caused by yourselves. By your actions. Nowadays, that didn't happen until recently. The people made a big distinction between the government and the administration.
It's broken, Diosdado, right?
They see it that way. Unfortunately, that's not the case. They see it differently, and their actions have created strong anti-American sentiment. They're not, yes.
Yes, let's go. A lot of people have sided with Maduro.
Not only in Venezuela.
Diosdado has been put in a room in Miraflores or somewhere so he can do this.
Signs of solidarity, of support, of rejection of the attack against our country, of solidarity with the victims, with the families of the victims, of solidarity with our people,
Solidarity with the Cubans. Yes.
with Nicolas Maduro and with our comrade and sister. Family, right now your likes are super important for Ciro Rodriguez because of the great responsibility that has fallen into his hands, which he did not ask for. But that's what the Constitution says. And there is Delcy at the forefront, together with the people, together with all of us, working to advance the country and restore our brother president. Nicolas Maduro lowers his gaze again. Flores.
He lowers his gaze again. He's lying. Let's go back. Look. Look.
Nicolas
There he lowers his gaze.
Maduro and Sister Celia Flores.
They don't want Maduro to return.
It's not easy for the people of Venezuela, and we must take responsibility for that, but it's not easy for the aggressors either. It's not easy for the aggressors either. Because everyone sees them now. The whole world today knows the reason.
Another doubts what Mirad says. Look at the eyes. They're the mirror of the soul. Just look at them.
It's not easy for the aggressors either because the whole world sees them today.
He looks down, he lies.
The whole world.
He looks down and lies again.
But now he knows why.
And once again he lies.
Zones of the attack and the whole world rejects it today. Some don't dare to say it because of the level of commitment they have with imperialism. There are others who have done it and have stood firm against that attack. Look, you see the European countries.
Who has spoken up? Iran, Russia, China.
But God says, what a shame. Countries.
Swallow. Look how he swallows. Saliva. He has no water, he's lost. His gaze looking up, he doesn't know. He doesn't feel safe.
That they immediately issued resolutions condemning brother President Nicolas Maduro.
Holding his fingers, a symbol of total insecurity.
By freezing his accounts, active Where do they get that from just to curry favor with the United States? It's just like those who passed resolutions.
They talk about Switzerland, about the accounts in Switzerland.
They condemned the cartel of the Suns, but what will they do with their resolution now that the United States says the cartel doesn't exist? What a shame, such a shame. They should feel very ashamed and embarrassed.
The cameraman doesn't even know how to focus the camera. Is something going on here?
Dignity isn't sold on the corner. Dignity is cultivated, and a dignified people like the people of Venezuela. Those doubts are offensive. Are offensive. Nothing's going to stop us. No, no, no.
Head down once again.
Nothing's going to stop us. We will keep moving forward.
The only thing that's pathetic is the ridiculous scene you made on the 3rd, and the way you've been lying to everyone for a week. The Chavistas are lying to you. Are they going to sell all the oil to the United States of America? Those who have taken Supreme Leader Maduro and his wife are feeding you the biggest lie in Chavista history. Open your eyes.
We will keep moving forward. Come.
Watch how it shuts its jaw and looks back.
We will keep going.
Look, 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 look. We will keep going. Look, 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 look. Resignation.
The hashtag Venezuela does not give up. Hashtag Venezuela does not give up. And I want to play a video of Commander Hugo Chavez. Because it's always good to know where we come from, to know where we come from.
Because they show Chavez and not Maduro, why don't you show Maduro in thousands of videos of Maduro?
With Maduro? Because he's with Nicolas Maduro? What was happening here in Venezuela? Shall we listen to Commander Chavez?
If there's something I must insist on in this new scenario, in this new battle, in this new moment, as a plainsman would say over there, well, it's on strengthening national unity, the unity of all popular forces, the unity of all revolutionary forces, the unity of all armed forces. My dear soldiers, comrades, companions, the unity of the army, my beloved army, the navy, my beloved navy. I mention this because Diosdado was speaking.
Showing this video about unity. There is no unity right now.
Everyone taking advantage, right? Circumstances like these. So then, what is our response? Unity, unity, and more unity. That should be our motto. My beloved Air Force, my beloved National Guard.
We'll get through this. We'll get through this.
Let's go.
Let's go. Look, another one with the sword on his back out.
Guys on top.
Caltano, just go, man.
In the next few months, no matter what, and with this, I'll finish. Today we have a homeland. Let no one be mistaken.
Chavez must be turning in his grave after what happened. On January 3rd and January 8th, Delcy, Padrino, and Cabello surrendered to the United States of America.
Go.
Traitors always never loyal.
That message from Commander Chavez, as you know, was one of the last
interventions he made in our country.
Thank you, Day of Love, loyalty to Commander Hugo Chavez. But the messages from that day are fully relevant today. Absolutely relevant. Absolutely relevant. This is too strange.
Too strange.
Militare. And add the unit to the police forces, all merged together as requested by Brother President Nicolas Maduro. Commander Chavez came to Venezuela at that time to inform us of what we should do.
It's very, very sad. Let me tell you something. Listen to God and in the background, okay? It's very sad. It's inexplicable. Inexplicable. That they take away your leader, the president of what you call your country, the heir of Chavez, the #1 revolutionary, Maduro, that they take them away and that you do nothing. And on top of that, what you do is negotiate with the United States, prioritize contracts, make deals. The United States will soon reopen the Venezuelan embassy. This is a real betrayal of Chavismo. It's a disgrace. It's the biggest smokescreen, the biggest bluff they've told almost an entire country for 30 years, that there was a revolution, and there was no revolution here. What was here was a group, and what remains is a group of monsters living at the expense of an entire country, stealing natural resources, and on top of that, trafficking substances.
It has been very serious for humanity. It has been very serious. I've listened to videos. I get sent a lot of things from Venezuelans who aren't Chavistas and never were Chavistas. Thank you, emphasizing a young man who I think has driven the conversation. He talks about the courage of President Nicolas Maduro, who did what he did so they would keep bombing Venezuela. And he who...
Maduro surrendered. He's saying now he's implying that Maduro surrendered.
Maduro did what he did so they would keep bombing Venezuela.
Who did what he did so they wouldn't bomb anymore.
And well, he shows the human side, the humanity that we all have. And the comments about that young man's intervention are even more revealing of the impact that this action by Bill has had against our country. Notice the oil. I heard a spokesperson from the United States say that Venezuela had expropriated something from them.
I can't believe it. Someone just wrote something about me. Wait, I just freaked out over a comment. I just saw it. Someone just wrote that the United States has me on a list and that Immigration and Customs Enforcement is going to arrest me in Spain? But what kind of stuff are you smoking? I mean, tell me what you're taking. Is it Nicholas's stuff, the low-quality items they couldn't sell in Miami, so they sent to New York? Seriously, what's wrong with you guys?
I can't believe those oil companies. The revolution had taken away their concessions here in Venezuela. Well, it wasn't the revolution. It was Carlos Andrés Pérez back in '76. But also, Carlos Andrés paid them $5.6 billion at the time. I can't believe the weevils in Spain, $600 million. Everyone thought he shouldn't have paid them. And not only that, but man...
Maybe this is being recorded. That could be...
Payment of respective commissions. That's how it was when the hydrocarbons law passed here in Venezuela.
What do I know? I'll check my passport to see if I'm Spanish. I'm starting to doubt it. Now, Andres, I'll be Venezuelan.
Our people didn't come back either. Commander Chavez told us at that time what we had to do. But it's good to remember.
Yeah, clap your hands because you're afraid of Commander Chavez.
Comrade Nicolas Maduro, a man, a true revolutionary.
A man with great experience despite his youth.
A pathetic man who didn't trust anyone, and you put him there because you knew he wouldn't stage a coup against you. Chavez, you were very smart. You put the donkey in charge and not Diosdado.
How long have you been foreign minister, Nicolas?
6 years and 3 months.
6 years and 3 months.
Look at him.
He's the fool on duty who wasn't going to stage a coup against me. To accompany me in this difficult task.
And Diosdado on the right, watching.
Well, he remains in charge of the executive vice presidency of the Republic.
Let's go, Maduro.
But I want to say something.
Diosdado, what's it like always being the third wheel? Not even second place anymore, the third wheel. First they brought in Maduro, then they brought in Delcy, and now they don't even call you to the meetings anymore.
That they disqualify me? Listen to me carefully. to continue leading the presidency of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela. Whether it's to finish in the few days that are left, how much? A month? Hey, yeah, a month, 1 month.
A little bit, 32 days.
And above all, to take on the new term for which I was elected by you, by the great majority of you. If something were to happen, I repeat, that in some way made me unable, I, Nicolas Maduro, not only in that situation,
Look at Diosdado's face.
he must finish the term as the Constitution commands. And that's not just my opinion. It's firm, full like the full moon.
This is Chavez's death sentence. You know that, right?
The total one. It's just that in that scenario, which would force,
When he says that Maduro will be his successor, that's when they take out Chavez.
you choose Nicolas Maduro as president of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela.
And right after, look how Maduro looks at Diosdado. Maduro doesn't look at Chavez. He looks at Diosdado and says, "What the fuck is this? What is this? What is this?" Diosdado saying goodbye.
From my heart. He is one of the young leaders with the greatest ability to continue.
And he died, and he died.
If I couldn't continue, with his firm hand, with his gaze, with his heart of a man of the people. And subordinated to the interests of the people, the destiny of this homeland. Mother, you didn't need to say that.
Look at Diosdado. Look at Diosdado when he still had hair. I was saying, but what do I have to do to become president of Venezuela? What do I have to do? First, they put in Maduro. Now they're bringing in the one from Salamanca.
And I could have said almost everything I've said tonight in this half hour almost from Havana. But I think the most important thing, what my soul, what my heart, what my conscience tells me, the most important thing, or one of the most important things that I came here to do.
And after this, Chavez, they cut out his tongue, huh? They cut out Chavez's tongue. After this, he didn't speak anymore.
I think it was one of Chavez's last speeches.
And totally out. I mean, this was tremendous. Can you imagine if now Maduro from prison sent a letter, a message saying that his heir is Diosdado? What's going to happen? What would happen in that scenario?
I think, dear brothers, dear sisters, no, Commander Chavez came here.
The ones he mentions there, who advised him not to come, not to say anything, well, that was Nicholas and me.
Who is crying?
No, President, it wasn't necessary. It wasn't needed. It was done. It wasn't necessary for him to come second.
Third,
For him to come to guarantee unity. And with the passing of Commander Chavez.
oh my, this sounds like a complete farewell, huh? A complete farewell?
En todas circunstancias. In all circumstances. And yesterday I joined the women's march that colored the scene. I was focused and saw their strength, and I said, I'll go all the way there. Just a moment, no, well, just a moment. It turned into us going for a walk for a while. But what I mean by this...
Whoa, Diosdado's really in trouble, huh?
Pueblo, que escuchó algo.
Diosdado is really deep in trouble.
You know what? Here it is in this Constitution, the path of the Bolivarian Revolution is right here. And the president spoke, Commander Chavez spoke about the consolidation of political power.
But you're going to make me cry. Even me. You're moving me. Even me.
Necessary?
Oh my God, the camera is terrible, huh?
And here in Constitution is President Nicolas Maduro. He hasn't asked for permission. He hasn't gotten sick. No, right? President Nicolas Maduro has been kidnapped. Kidnapped. and he is being held as a prisoner of war in a cell in New York. The dignity with which he attended his arraignment, the firm answers.
Well, according to what people are saying out there, Salida wasn't looking at Maduro, huh?
The messages he has sent us, which we have interpreted. Our concern for his health and first for his life, and Celia's then for...
He said you were extremely worried.
Condition.
So worried they took them away in 3 minutes.
But above all, really, thank you, above all, the truth.
Betrayed by him, you betrayed him.
There's no actual accusation against President Nicolas Maduro.
You betrayed him.
An invention?
Someone opened the door and went out to smoke a cigarette.
What are the opposition, those laughing today, laughing at? Thank you. What are they laughing at you for?
That you're a third rate? Always?
The same imperialism left them exposed. None of them.
Imperialism has revealed your true face. You are traitors to the Chavista revolution. You have signed 50 million barrels with Marco Rubio. Traitors.
That March traitors.
Just imagine if Chavez had signed 50 million barrels for you after being invaded, traitors.
Or better yet, find out because it was said by someone who raced Formula One cars, because when you slow down, you have to do something else to your car. To keep the car steady, if you slow down, increase the revs. And here is the Constitution.
This is terrible, this guy, huh?
Today we had a good meeting.
This guy's terrible.
With deputies, with the governors, with the party. The great patriotic Pole was present there. All united, totally clear about what the path is. The path of this
Is
sunk.
oh God, everything is sunk.
Supporting our sister Delcy.
In fact, I think she's even afraid.
And supporting our people. Since this all happens in phases, right? And our goal is to get Nicolas Maduro Moros and Silvia Flores, the constitutional president of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela, and his wife, returned to us.
You know what happens, Diosdado, if you and Padrino...
If you had done your homework on January 3rd...
They wouldn't have been able to storm Fort Tiuna. You guys left him stranded.
All three of you left him.
Stranded.
Because... the broken deck.
The sunken deck.
The empire has explained its actions in Venezuela.
Where is the machete? Where is the machete you pulled out? Like Noriega.
Without any kind of filter, like I told you, but it's good to remind myself, moderators.
Total tolerance in the chat tonight. Let people have fun.
This clarifies everything. You lay it out very clearly. What a useless guy. In the explanation, he becomes Master Diosdado.
Why don't you go pick it up?
Why don't you go to Nicolas Sil? That's why we don't give up. That's why Venezuela doesn't give up. That's why Venezuela doesn't give up. I wasn't looking for martyrs or heroes, just a label. No, not that, just a label. No. I was thinking about the martyrs. About the heroes and heroines, but I was also thinking about the deep love, not of Celia and Nicolas. I was thinking about our people, but I think Venezuela is the most beautiful of all, right? We're all there, and there's space for everyone. That's why today's hashtag is Venezuela does not give up. Hashtag Venezuela does not give up and will not give up. The paths may be full of difficulties, winding, but in the end, those challenges only make us stronger.
You know what? Let's stop here for a moment. This creature is the same creature that said this. Listen carefully. Listen carefully, this sick, jealous traitor to Chavismo said this.
Not a single drop, now listen carefully, not a single drop of oil can leave here. For the United States, if we are attacked, not even half a drop, not a single drop.
Not a single drop of oil can leave here if the United States attacks Venezuela. Maybe what happened with Maduro wasn't an attack, it was hitting him with the hammer all the way.
So that when we reach the goals we've set, we'll be seasoned. Seasoned, whoever says right now.
But how seasoned you've become. You've been through it all.
They mock us, right? It hurts, angers, and saddens us, of course.
They're traitors. Traitors. Now I even sound like a Chavista myself, since you've betrayed Chavismo.
We will stay on the Bolivarian Revolution's path. Let's listen to Chavez as before. He holds the key.
Let Chavez rest. He's rolling in his grave.
But you don't see the threat that the empire of the United States is to us. Do you know how many wars? You know how many wars the United States has caused, I was in the deserts of Iran and Iraq, and I asked both, the Iranians and the Iraqis, why did you fight so hard here for 8 years and killed each other with knives? And both of them told me, the United States made us fight. The United States has invaded every country. Well, just imagine, wow, this is
smoke. Humo.
Well, there's the recent history. I'm going to tell you the most important cause of all this. Colombians, you should try to understand this, especially those who don't. Here, right here, is the largest oil reserve on this planet.
Now you go and sell it, and now you go and sell it.
I told Paco, I told Uribe, Colombia doesn't have much oil. I told Uribe the oil is here.
Oh my God, the curse of Chavez is going to fall on you. The curse is going to fall on all of you, and hold on. This is...
But
who in their right mind would think that? I keep insisting regardless. I think it's great that they give the oil to the United States and not to Russia or China.
I think it's great.
Who could possibly think that? That they take away Maduro and Piolín. They remove Maduro and Piolín, then sell everything to him.
I'm just being realistic. They take away Maduro and Piolín and sell.
What they've done is even worse. The Chavistas themselves have betrayed Maduro, and the United States has taken him away to sea. I don't know what's worse, being invaded and overthrown, or being betrayed by your own people. What a shame, what a real shame.
And many more already. Isn't she paranoid?
And you, the Cubans?
I'm doing my duty as head of state. The paranoid ones are on the far right, those who believe the world won't change. The petty bourgeoisies of this continent who stubbornly try to keep dominating these peoples, and they won't be able to do it. The United States only began making terrorist lists after September 11. This is tremendous.
Right, this is tremendous. Evo Morales was also a payday. Evo Morales, who pretended to be poor but had a palace in his bed.
Yes, they're wrong. I think they're wrong.
The marble room with a jacuzzi included.
Who is the terrorist in the first place?
If there are no innocent people, it's not terrorism.
In the first place, well, that's the terrorist. From that perspective, the United States is the world's top terrorist.
Well, Chavez, huh?
I can talk to you about the United States too, right?
Yes, of course.
United States. The United States government dropped an atomic bomb on Hiroshima. An atomic bomb.
Hey, well, the Deltas were dropped on Maduro's bunker. I don't know which is worse. They finished off 32 Cubans in 3 minutes. Man-hour ratio, seeing if the best of Cuba was defending Maduro.
And they finished them off in 3 minutes.
A plane?
A bus, that's terrorism.
I think we could send the Deltas to Canel in 10 minutes. They take Cuba in 10 minutes. By the way, Nicolas Sin is protected by the Cubans.
Son of Bolivar, with deep love for these people, I truly believe Latin America's salvation is possible. Now you know who the Savior is. After Christ, God's Redeemer, it's the people who are God's voice. The Colombian people will save Colombia, and the Venezuelan people will save Venezuela.
Let's get past this, which already looks strange around here. Let's see. Come on, let's see. Cry a little, cry a little.
I think this is the best explanation that can be given.
Their cry.
And it had to be given to someone who really needed that explanation because she's very reserved, right? But, well, it's like this. Chavez explained it to her very well.
She still cries. Are you trembling right now? Afraid that a drone might show up and take you out? And the other night they said a drone showed up around there in Miraflores. And what about Kelly Arrow? It looked like World War II or like Baghdad being invaded by the Americans, shooting into the air like crazy.
Well, anger against the people of Venezuela and the oligarchy of America, of our America, has taken a long time.
Not even Rambo. Look at what you just showed here. Even Rambo didn't take out as many people in the movie as Lost Delta did the other night.
No bombs, just imagine a nuclear bomb and nothing is left. Nothing. Here in our country, they drop bombs. You said they bombed the volcano. And the neighbors, they ask about them?
Did they blow up the communications antenna you have there so you couldn't talk?
He asks. His political stance, which is not the most important thing at all, is human life. It's the human being. No.
And many of them.
I ask our people not to poison themselves. We have to continue on the path of Commander Hugo Chavez, of Nicolas de Cilia. Let's not poison ourselves.
Yes, you betray yourselves if you've betrayed him.
Let them take their own, because that position expects them to drink a cup of poison and for others to be the ones who die. Oh, no.
How terrible this is, huh? How terrible this is.
Because when...
Since when does this guy care?
About human beings, talking about the virtues of his leadership position. And Commander Chavez told him in our language, back at the assembly, I think Jorge Arreaza wrote this. It would be, huh? You're out of the ranking? Of course, she didn't understand it at that moment because they gave it to her in Spanish. But now they spoke to her in her own and her master's language. You're not going to the dance.
He's down, huh? Thanks. The only one not going to the dance was his studios.
Since you've been relegated. Palangrista. What about him if none of them even mention you anymore? Some people claim they're Venezuelan, but being Venezuelan and just being born in Venezuela are two different things. They say, oh, they're happy because Nicolas Maduro was kidnapped, but I'm not going back to Venezuela.
Of course not, since you're still there, you butchers. How can they return under a dictatorship?
It's the poison, the poison. We can't let ourselves be contaminated by that hatred, so we have to reach out to them, and that's why we're calling out. Today I have some other things from the program here. I have the letters, but I'm really not going to read them, right?
The baby's getting excited.
Well, because of the same situation.
Baby Diosdado
Gets excited with playfulness that no, we shouldn't do it right now, but...
Diosdado, when is the coup d'etat? We need to prepare the front page. Let us know.
I have a special team, don't focus on it. I have a special team that I tell, let's go record.
It's recorded. It's recorded. It's not live. It's recorded.
Well, to send a message to our people, a loving message to the people of Venezuela, all the people of Venezuela, no matter where you live, even in the most upscale neighborhood here in Venezuela. It doesn't matter if you think you are, that your economic status makes you superior to others. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If you live by the riverbank, but you live happily. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter what religion you practice. It doesn't matter your political affiliation or your political background.
Oh, you're getting sentimental, huh? God said sentimental. He's very pacifist. Diosdado, not at all. Very psychopathic.
Oh,
look at this. Look at this. Look at the hands.
it doesn't matter what choices you make with your...
He had this in his hands. Please, friends from Venezuela, people who know Diosdado, he had those marks on his hands. Everyone watch Dios Cabello's hands. Let's rewind for a second.
Pay attention to his condition. It doesn't matter what choices you make with your...
It's normal for him to have moles on his hands. Okay, if you say it's normal, I believe you. All right, that's enough. I'm just asking, okay? Music off?
Did we all respect his life the whole time?
Let's see, are you sure that's normal? On the hands?
Let's see.
Let's go again.
New man. His condition doesn't matter at all. It doesn't matter what choices you've made in your life. It doesn't matter what choices you've made in your life.
Is it normal? Have you seen this before? Okay, let's see. Let's look in the previous deck. Let's see, previous deck. Okay. Let's see, this is normal. I have my little doubts about this topic. We are investigating right now, already live with this topic. You can see it here. We get into everything and for everything. Let's see. 2 weeks ago. Let's look at the hands.
Now, with Julian Hassanga's lawsuit, he might not have any marks at all.
He does have marks. Don't worry, he does have marks. I'm watching. Let's see the hands. This Diosdado isn't the same as the one from 2 weeks ago.
Sí.
It has nothing to do with it.
Diosdado doesn't even know how to respond, or rather, he doesn't know what other lie to make up, Diosdado.
It's true that he has marks on his hands. Of course, it can make you think it's something else, right? False alarm, false alarm, false alarm.
A life that's always been respected. It doesn't matter if you're working or not working, if you're retired or studying. This is the only country we have, brother.
I don't make empty promises. When I speak, I'm honest. I had the marks.
We don't have another and didn't steal it.
Hey, but it's unrelated, right? Now I've played last week's and 2 weeks ago's clips. Does that Diosdado have nothing to do with this one? They haven't changed Diosdado.
They've always stolen a lot from us. They've stolen our wealth and they stole our territory for many years. We lost much of our territory.
Some.
Here in this Venezuela, some offered our Guayanas here at some point to free them from Venezuela's rulers, the rabble who governed and would seize our Guayanas. Here it goes with Bolivar, with the state, the whole Bolivar as compensation. They were truly born here, yet they aren't Venezuelan. The call is for everyone. For everyone. Look, we've seen it so far.
Yes, they want everyone.
Now, even with opposition groups.
Now, they want to create a national unity project that they know. Since you're already listening to Diosdado, if you listen to La Manca too, you might as well die, huh? You might as well die with the measures that La Manca is going to take.
Opponents who know those who chose to join us in elections have been treated humanely. If extremism were to come to power here, the first ones they would go after would be those opposition groups. They haven't realized it. Now, if it were to happen here.
What all of them are afraid of is that a party with American Republican ideology might come to power. And the Barra family? What these people are afraid of right now is that a new generation might come, one that has nothing to do with the past. From the opposition. None of them, I include everyone, none of them, that new people come from scratch and sweep them away. They sweep them away.
An invasion of American troops? They don't respect anyone because it's their tradition of not respecting anyone. Not women, not children, not the elderly, not Christians, not evangelicals, not Catholics, not married people, not single people, not people of diverse sexualities, not anything good.
But it's the communists who were the first to go after people of diverse sexualities. As he says, just ask Che Guevara.
Did they respect him? That's why I insist to the United States government, check carefully. They're lying to you again. There are no demonstrations here in support of the bombs, of the bombing. No, that's not true. That's not true. They're lying to you. Here, the demonstrations happening are from people asking for peace, asking for calm, asking for respect, and asking for Sylvia and Nicholas to be returned to us. That's why it's good for you to get accurate information. It's important you get accurate information about Venezuela. Don't make more mistakes than you already have. Believing the cartel of the Sun stories only to claim the cartel no longer exists. And the world is watching. And they're losing credibility, and an anti-American sentiment is growing, which I repeat, if you haven't noticed, just look at it. You have mechanisms to do it. I don't have to be telling you that because that's not my job, but it's a reality. If you want, I can show you a video of how the people of Venezuela have taken to the streets from the very first day of sadness until today. Well, it's good. Now we're all on the same page. And the communes came out. We have that video.
Thank you. Thank you for watching.
Let's walk through the communes and check out the atmosphere.
Venezuelans, as Venezuelans, we have a brave people.
All these people, when they realize they've been betrayed, Chavez's daughter, when they realize they've been betrayed, I think she knows it. I think she knows it. I think they all know it. I think they all know it, and they're going to start finding out now. The people from Petróleos de Venezuela, Sociedad Anónima, said today in a video that they don't agree with the fact that the oil is being sold. The people from Petróleos de Venezuela, Sociedad Anónima, said not a single drop. If the protest isn't, it's that the protest is that you shouldn't sell oil to the United States. Let's see what happens. Don't sell it to them. Let's see what happens. And you'll understand what happened today. Is it really the end of Chavismo? Literally, yes, literally.
But what rifle are you going to assemble if on the 3rd you ran away from the fort?
You? One? If the cars only needed wings to fly away, some of them looked like they were from Back to the Future or the past. Back to the Past. The movie, the one where the car was flying.
The DeLorean, and they took off.
Oh my, these guys never learn. They never learn. They've overthrown Maduro. His people and others have taken him away. But what's wrong with that lady over there yelling?
Does imperialism know that it has committed a terrible crime? Does imperialism know that today it is breaking and violating all international laws and its own internal laws? Does imperialism know that it has a prisoner of war kidnapped in its territory? The voices in Venezuela.
Do you realize something? He doesn't show a single video of Delcy. He doesn't show any videos of Delcy, right?
He said that the cartel of the suns doesn't exist. The fallacy, the lie to invade nations. But we are the people of Bolivar.
That's a lie. Yesterday we read it here that in the court documents, the 25 pages, the cartel of the Suns is mentioned as a criminal organization managed and controlled by Nicolas Maduro Moros. And it's a pyramid structure where the regime in power is in charge of controlling everything below it. I think they either don't understand or don't want to know.
A show of women in the street in support of our president and our first lady. Our president is innocent and we want him in our country.
Long live Chavez, long live President Nicolas Maduro, and our first lady.
But what's wrong with this Gizbalada? But where did they get this Gizbalada from?
And our first fighter is Sylvia Flores.
Oh my God.
That's what's happening. People are out in the streets across every town in Venezuela.
Those who are ignorant. Keep causing trouble in the streets, and once they know you've betrayed Maduro, you'll see what happens.
Praying for our president, praying for Sylvia, praying for the victims and their families. Praying for the country. The young people.
He ran out on the third day. He ran out because the house was next to Maduro's.
Many children will arrive afraid.
Los Pinos, the house on the mountain, and Delcy's house are all next to each other.
Because these are traumas that are created in an innocent town. Traumas that the
political prisoners have for life from having been tortured by a dictatorship like yours.
Just imagine if Brazil and maybe India helped us first. With the dialysis medicines, today people would be dying.
But there are people who die in Venezuela because they don't have access to health care, because they don't have access to medicines. But they're there. You have to be low. Do they really deserve the worst in life? To people?
Why the hatred? Why the cruelty against a people? Why are there people who are happy about that? They are full of hatred. We are not going to lose our joy, our optimism.
Well, you don't look very cheerful, and honestly, you don't look very happy. No, not today, no.
That strength we've always had. No, we're not going to lose it. We always face difficulties with joy, always with strength, with enthusiasm. And President Nicolas Maduro? Well,
family, do you already have the 500,000 followers sticker available? We've hit 400,000.
A permanent siege, this was inevitable.
Let's go for 500,000.
Inevitable. The impact may not have been what we measured, but it was inevitable. Because that's what they announced and said, and every day the Hawks said that they didn't, what's it called? The palangristas who didn't get a single one right. They were still asleep. They didn't even find out until the end the next day. And then I said it.
You need to leave and re-enter to get the 500,000 sticker.
I am. Uh-huh. The shamelessness of politics will keep moving forward.
They're broken, huh? They really are.
It leaves room for a deep debate for reflection.
Man, of course there is. Did you sell the oil to Trump?
Do you realize it wasn't Maduro? It wasn't Chavez? It's the oil. It's the oil. And many of you were subjected to a very strong psychological campaign. And they made you see, no, Chavez is bad, Nicolas is bad. And they made you make decisions. Look at what they did. Look at what they were capable of doing to these people without any distinction of any kind. Nicola told us countless times he's the man from Parvula.
Nicholas is from Parvula.
Not a peacekeeper. How many calls, how many real demonstrations? And I am President Nicolas Maduro.
Look, President Nicolas. Yes, but all he did was laugh at Donald Trump and provoke him with his little dances? You have to be an idiot. A man of peace.
To talk in any setting where a conversation is possible, I'm willing to talk even with the devil. May God forgive me.
At this very moment, we already have him on screen. Greeting, in this case, Ramon Guillermo Aveledo, representative of the Democratic Unity Roundtable, Henry Ramos Alok, also the representative of A New Era, and Enrique Capriles Radonsky. Julio Borges from the Primero Justicia Party is also present.
This is a central government task, and we accept it. It is a task of coordination with governors, mayors, a task of coordination with communities, with families. It is a task for you, dear compatriot who is listening to me.
Let us build a peaceful Venezuela, respecting life, and work towards social pacification.
Yes, and when he came out saying this, give me a second, huh? Yes, and when he came out saying this, huh? He was a man of peace. Let's see.
Come for me, let them wait for him. Miraflores, don't take too long to get here, cowards, man.
Miraflores, you weren't there. Honestly, you weren't there. It wouldn't have mattered. They would have gone for you there, but don't take too long. Did they do you the favor of going to your bed to get you? I mean, the man of peace, sure. Now we're going to give the Nobel Peace Prize to Maduro, too.
Dude, ideas. I call for coexistence, for living together. Just like I call for struggle and for fighting. And don't Don't get us wrong. I'm calling for the work that Venezuela needs right now. For us to stop working or work.
That you all, as they used to say in Nazi Germany, work will set you free. How can you deceive an entire people? That's something to study as well, huh? It's obeying the supreme leader, working for him.
I call for work, and with work, to defeat those who want to harm our homeland, who want to drag us into a spiral of violence. Goodbye.
Oh my, he's exhausted, isn't he? It's just, well, and when he came out dressed as Top Gun, what are we going to do without him now? Think about what we'll do without him.
Forever, 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 P.
This way?
P, forever, 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 P, forever. No crazy war.
What are we going to do without him?
War, not wanting war, no to the war of the crazy ones, no to madness, to war. And that would be the translation, right? Reject madness and endless wars.
No to more unjust wars.
Long live peace, long live peace, long live peace.
Weigh in for the President of the Republic?
Weigh in. Yes, yes, piss.
It's an incredible thing. I'll tell you something, this has already lost its flavor without Maduro. I mean, without the royal jester coming out from the cartel of the Suns. It's just not the same anymore. Look at the Mazo. It's not even called Mazo anymore. It's called the funeral. Oh, the burial or the chamber of depression. The Mazo is already a drama show. This isn't funny, it's just empty. You've already broken our whole plan. What do we do without our jester? What do we do without Maduro? I know you Venezuelans were eager to get rid of him. Everyone was, right? But what happens without Maduro?
I can't explain this to myself.
Now we have Petro left. It's like in a game, Maduro got injured, but we still have Petro. Because God is there, God is, but with depression, huh? We need to send him to a psychologist, God-given, but right away, deep.
Constant for peace. For dialogue. Meanwhile, we've had to bury young people. Yes. Boys and girls, comrades from the Bolivarian National Armed Forces. Cuban comrades killed. Comrades who have nothing to do with it. Look, a young man was leaving after finishing his guard duty at Cherayev Airport, and someone put a missile in his car.
Why?
Was there something like that? Killing people with no connection whatsoever.
Is it true? What was the need to kill 32 Cubans? Let's see the photos of the Cubans.
Rosalina Gonzalez. I had no involvement with her. She was with her daughter. I went through the same. At the volcano, a lady was with her mom, and the mom was killed by shrapnel and she was left wounded. Over 100 seriously injured. Here's a photo taken. This is not fiction. This is not Hollywood. Look. This is not Hollywood. This is terror. Look at this.
Well, it's little compared to what could have happened. It's little compared to what could have happened to them. They threw 4 drones at him. 4 little drones.
Yes.
Yes, but I won't show some photos.
Where the attacks happened.
He has some photos that he won't show.
And claim a victory with that.
Look, he's not going to show this.
Say we won with that, just like that. Really? Yes?
And this is here.
We have to review the standards.
What standards did these have? Diosdado, thank you.
Their parameters?
What standards did these have? They were up to standard.
We'll continue with the Cuban standard.
Or how were these?
No, Venezuela does not give up.
Why were these people there? And what were they doing on vacation?
Our people will keep standing strong. You always hear and see, right, that Venezuelan oil, Venezuela has sold oil to the United States? Always, no. At some point, I remember that the minimum that went out per day was 700,000 barrels a day. They paid the least and took their oil. And that's how it should be. If they're willing to buy our oil, they buy it. And we sell it. Petróleos de Venezuela S.A. issued a statement today on this issue. We sell oil to Chevron. No, they take the oil and pay us.
Interesting. This is interesting.
The homeland calls us to be united, more united than ever.
And what about the video we showed earlier?
Not a drop. And listen carefully, not a single drop of oil can leave here for the United States if they attack.
Not even half a drop, not half, not one, nothing. And now you're going to send them millions?
We sell oil to Chevron, they take the oil and pay us. They pay us. The homeland calls us to be united, more united than ever. Good. The threats target more than just Chavismo.
He's also deeply involved in this.
They are not only against Chavismo, they are against the homeland. And you know,
the world is justifying betrayal.
The world knows, and that's how it'll be. This people has historically risen from adverse circumstances, as adverse as those of the earthquake.
You know what? Let me lower my voice a bit. I'm talking nonsense, but there's something that catches my attention about all this. Isn't there really any true Chavista with power there? A real Chavista? One of Chavez's truly revolutionary? Totally?
Total. Yes.
You wouldn't allow, come on, you wouldn't let a single drop, not even a single drop of oil, touch the United States of America.
Not a single one, not a single one.
Even if DeQuery did it herself. Not even these guys who go around like the heirs of Simón, Bolívar, Sucre, and Negro Primero, and all those people. And now? What's wrong with this guy?
The main task is to bring Sylvia and Nicholas, and we're going to make it sooner rather than later. They have turned Sylvia and Nicholas into heroes, not just national ones, but for the whole world.
But he's contradicting himself.
For the world?
The only way you have is to make them bring Maduro back.
It's by not sending them oil, out of dignity and firmness.
The only way you have to negotiate is with oil, and you're going to give it to them.
A loving embrace as brothers and sisters to keep fighting together, just as our commander Hugo Chavez entrusted us. Well, I wanted to have this contact with you. We wanted to have this contact with you. Next week, it will surely be different. But we have to regularize these channels of communication between the government and the people. Receive a big hug, but
if they're being so-called,
everyone, no matter what happens, we will win, I have no doubt. Hugs and blessings to the wonderful people of Venezuela. Take good care of yourselves.
Well, first of all, this is a recorded show. And they made people wait for almost 2 hours to go see the show. So something must have happened there. Either they had to re-record it or they had to change something. Something must have happened. That's point number one. Point number two. Now I'm left confused about what role Diosdado really plays in this whole story. Because, of course, people thought and said, maybe he's going to stage a coup. Because what's happening from the Chavistas' point of view is real madness from him. Yes, already making government reforms.
No.
As if she was going to stay there for life. They say they'll bring Maduro back, but she's already making decisions. And establishing herself as a symbol of national unity. I was amazed. Tonight when I saw it, I can show you here. Look, 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 look. I have it marked right here. Look at what Betty LaFea says. Already declaring herself Venezuela's leader.
No. Of an electrical system in optimal condition, to guarantee economic development and also to guarantee the lives of Venezuelan men and women. We also want to point to the law on the rational use of energy. We are an energy powerhouse, we are. It has brought us tremendous problems because you know that the energy greed of the North wants the resources of our country. And we had denounced it, all the falsehoods that drug trafficking, democracy, and human rights were just excuses. Because what has always been present is that Venezuela's oil must be handed over to the global North. And we have had a very clear stance here that Venezuela is open to energy relations where all parties benefit, where economic cooperation is clearly defined in commercial contracts. That is our stance and the diversity of our energy relations. Venezuela has the largest oil reserves on the planet and also some of the largest gas reserves. Those resources should serve national development and should also serve the development of other countries around the world. That's how our oil industry was born, with a purpose. Look at how it is.
Whitening.
The part about selling it?
United States.
With oil from Táchira, and it was created to export kerosene to Colombia.
Look.
Its purpose is exported oil.
But Anna, now she acts this way.
Of course, yes, to respectful relationships within the framework of trade agreements. But what kind of respectful relationship regarding international legality that you
have taken away from Maduro?
We also want to present the telecommunications law.
Let's see, this lady is the usurper of the usurper. The usurper of the usurper. Get ready for this, huh?
For the modernization of the sector, just like electricity and telecommunications, it is cross-cutting to all economic development.
Look, she's already making decisions. The government is hers. She's at home. It's like she's already in her living room. I'm completely amazed. Lately, I've been amazed by many things I'm seeing out there. Not just about this, you know.
In general, about our country and also about other areas. I would like to highlight one area where I want to put in personal effort, which is the area of peace and national coexistence. A law that allows Venezuelan men and women to listen.
To listen to what is being said now?
To be fully aware of what peace means for a country, what political, economic, and social stability mean, what coexistence means. It cannot be allowed, just as a parliament cannot be allowed.
Are they going to open the United States Embassy?
To serve foreign powers? We cannot allow extremist or fascist social, political, or economic expressions because they have led to very dangerous situations for the life of this republic. And that's why we must all, from the youngest to the oldest, have programs for peace and national coexistence.
That drift could win a Nobel Peace Prize. Just another person aiming for Oslo.
Extremism has led to having people who, on their knees, offer our country, offer our resources, compromise our independence and our...
But let's see. Betty Lamont, also known as the Ugly One, is saying that there are people in her country who offer up their resources. And she's going to sell all of Venezuela's oil to the United States of America? Either I missed something, I'm missing a brain cell, or they're trying to trick us here.
They offer our riches, they compromise our independence and our national sovereignty. It's an area where personally I would like to get involved, Dr. Jorge Rodriguez, and I call on all the political groups in the country.
Political unity, huh?
I call on our national caucus, I call on the good ones.
Then get rid of the colectivos.
Opponents of Venezuela.
What do you want, Maria Corina?
Our national caucus, I call on the opponents of Venezuela. I hope that together in unity we move forward in a direction to heal what needs to be healed.
Oh my God, how is she leaving Maduro? Maduro must be in his cell banging his head against the wall to see if he can get out of there and take her down.
This is the result of extremism and fascism in Venezuela.
Are you calling them fascists, Maduro?
We need to heal those wounds in our society.
Right, what we need to do is bring out bleach and clean. Almost 30 years of Chavismo, that's what needs to be done.
And the wound that was left very deep in our Nicolas Maduro people's hearts by the attack on January 3rd, which was driven, requested, supported, and backed by Venezuelan extremism and fascism.
That's a lie, because Maria Corina said there in Oslo when she was asked what she thought about Donald Trump launching an attack on Venezuela. She said those were issues for the United States and she didn't get involved in other sovereign countries' decisions, as these matters impact United States national security. And that Trump knew what he was doing. I mean, she didn't say he should attack Venezuela. Should she have said that? Probably, since it was the only way to remove them.
But it can't be allowed.
So look, Nicolasine, the little guy who goes to Margarita Island twice a month to party with the Russian girls, and then they take a plane from his dad's hangar. He loads it with coke to Miami and they tell him, this shit isn't worth a dime, so he has to sell it in New York. That's Nicolasin.
Representing the national executive.
Also known as the prince, also known as the party guy.
I appreciate the notification you have come to deliver, and we extend our hand to move forward together and leave extremism and fascism far behind. Political dialogue at a high level is welcome, even from our differences, but...
What dialogue have they taken from you and Maduro? They were eager to remove Maduro. Everyone, huh? I think it's the worst thing. Chavez was overthrown, and Maduro too, but they've taken him out of the picture with the United States involved. It's a situation of total loss or technical loss. For Chavismo, it's complete destruction. What's happening right now? Is a leucine, by the way, the oil tanker, this premier, the one that has the flag of Russia? Get ready, they're going to hijack it. They're going to hijack it. Family right now breaking. right now. Heading to Nuevo Sur. The hunter cat. This morning it took Carmela 1 and Sophie and Premier, who's warming up to get to Texas. Situation right now. Airplane movement in the United States.
Oh.
A lot of plane movements in the United States of America. A lot of tankers. A lot of movement. Of course, this hasn't started yet. This hasn't started yet. For the Sinaloa cartel, the Gulf cartel, the Haitians, the Cubans, this hasn't even started yet. Trump has to continue. Trump has to go all out. This is going to get crazy. There's Black Cat. He's going to come down here and hang out for a while. To the fully loaded tanker. With a Russian flag. That makes 2. How is the situation in Iran? Terrible. The situation in Iran right now is very serious, huh? Minute by minute updates. It's looking bad. It's looking pretty bad for the regime, obviously. But the situation is bad. A lot of people are falling in the streets. The regime has already authorized the use of live ammunition against the protesters. And the situation here doesn't look good at all. There are also major protests in Minnesota, in the United States of America, after an incident where a woman died from gunfire by an immigration and customs enforcement agent. The incident is under investigation. I have been watching the footage from the full video. To say that it can be justified, to say that the vehicle refuses to stop when ordered by immigration and customs enforcement agents, that it tries several times to move, that it acts in a way that could be considered dangerous. And in the United States, when you don't stop and the police tell you to stop and you have a car in your hands, if you don't stop, you already know what's coming. Is that so? Tonight, Donald Trump and Petrus. Gustavo Petro has called Donald Trump. That's how Maduro started talking on the phone with Donald Trump. However, Petro has been a bit more diplomatic. Donald Trump has said, I spoke on the phone tonight with the Colombian president, Gustavo Petro. The first call between both leaders since the operation that captured Nicolás Maduro. Along with a wave of threats from the Trump administration in recent weeks against Petro and Colombia, the president stated that both discussed the drug situation and other disagreements. That is being organized for the upcoming meeting between the United States and Colombia at the White House. The question is, will Petro dare to go to the United States? Because, be careful, if someone files a complaint against Petro in the federal court, he could end up staying in the United States. What madness. What absolute madness. Just imagine Donald Trump, who calls Petro and says, Petro, please come. We need to talk at the White House. This has all been a misunderstanding. We need to negotiate. We need to discuss this whole issue. Petro, we'll send you the plane. Don't worry. You'll be protected. Petro arrives at the White House, and when he's about to enter, they say to him, Montes in that car. Petro is not going to go. I don't believe it. I doubt that Petro will go to the United States. We should make a poly market. We should make a poly market about whether Petro is going to go or not. Regarding Greenland and whether the United States wants it, do they want to buy, invade, or just not care? The Danish soldiers, under the European combat rules of 1952, already get involved, but just a little, right? Change? Since 1952, they'll shoot first and ask questions later. If the United States launches an invasion in Greenland, will the Danes shoot first? And ask questions later? Well, we have new footage from the Bella one.
Oh.
New footage, folks.
Yeah.
All right. There's the Bella one. Full throttle.
Yes.
They really were following him closely, yes. But really closely also. Look how fast they're going. The Coast Guard is falling behind. Ha 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 ha. It's not because they're loaded. They're just not loaded. Me. There's something about this story that just doesn't add up for me. The ship isn't loaded. The ship officially has no cargo. Look, the waterline is way too high. If it were loaded, the ship would be much lower. Look, it's not loaded. Why did they raid it? There must be something inside. There must be something. We probably won't find out. But I'm just amazed. I'm really amazed by this. All right, let's watch it again. If you haven't seen it, watch it. What an amazing show. This afternoon, we had more than 400,000 views. We reached 400,000, and it was well deserved. It seems that Russia hasn't taken it so badly either. There hasn't been a nuclear bombing yet. We're not taking iodine pills right now. The United States feels scary right now, huh? Look, what a show. Little white hats, huh? Them, huh? It's a very complicated operation. That sea, the waves are really strong, the temperatures are low, going into the water is a problem, huh? As we've seen, this operation is complicated. Well, pilots with such skill, keeping the aircraft steady like that so they can fast rope down. Let's see. This isn't Maduro's rooftop or the bunker door. It's a totally different environment with a series of difficulties. Very, very powerful. Look, see how the heli moves, huh? It's very difficult to keep it there in a balanced or stable way. It's very, very complicated. And doing it on top of that, on the deck of a thing that usually has fuel that catches fire with almost nothing. And look at the heat signature of the helicopter, how it is, it's there. And then there's the issue. I keep thinking about the ladder thing. For me, it blows my mind. No. It happened here. What happened there? When they arrived and saw that there was no ladder to go up, or that it had been cut, or that something had happened there, it's all a mystery. It would be appreciated to have the complete video in good quality so it can be examined. That's not going to happen because it's classified. We're not going to see the hellcap footage from the cameras the soldiers wear. But just imagine the show. Things are happening, in the United States right now. The whole Maduro issue has actually raised Donald Trump's reputation, but the immigration and customs enforcement situation is starting to disgust some people, even within the Republican Party. We'd have to see what happens with this. I think it's important to see what happens with this and see what happens. Look at what I said. Did you hear what Donald Trump said? That all medicines and all agricultural products will be bought from the United States by Venezuela.
No.
Look at this. We're going back to a kind of Iraq that sold oil in exchange for humanitarian aid. Excuse me for a second. Look at this, huh? I have been informed that Venezuela is going to buy only products made in America with the money they will receive from our oil agreement. These purchases will include agricultural products, medicines made in America, medical equipment to improve Venezuela's electricity and energy facilities. In other words, Venezuela is committed to doing business with the United States of America as its main partner. A smart decision and something very good for the people of Venezuela and for the people of the United States. Thank you for your attention to this matter. They removed Maduro, so now will you buy potatoes from Trump? You prick me and I don't bleed. I can't believe it. I insist on this. When the Chavista base realizes this whole story, me, and honestly, I'm serious. That's when it'll rain. Everything. This is good for the people. Make no mistake, this is good for the people. But for Chavismo, this is their tombstone. It's the end of a revolution, and the United States is going to take it down without barely firing a shot. Enough to take out Maduro, who was the problem, and now the rest of them. Let them learn one by one what's coming. In any case, the regime will surely keep trying by all possible means to cause trouble and go beyond what's been agreed. That's what Marco Rubio and the whole team will be there for, to bring the stray sheep back in line. Of this woman, and bring her back again. To the fold, the black sheep, to Delcy. That's right. It's amazing. It's amazing. Hey, look, one thing, just a second, family.
Yeah.
Of course. Did the threat from Donald Trump need to be so strong, saying, look, Maduro, we've arrested him, but we're not going to arrest you? So that they would take it very seriously, because if you notice, Delcy was defiant. Before Maduro left, they were all playing the Godfather role, saying, we'll give our lives for Maduro, we'll give our lives for Venezuela. And now the reality is different. The reality is that everything is a mess. The revolution has gone down the drain, and they're in deep trouble. And there's no solution there at all. They're screwed. They're really screwed. Man, Delcy is smart. We talk. Let's see. Delcy's the one who makes the contracts all over the country. With everyone. The Iranians and Hezbollah. With everyone. I mean, she runs an important part of the network. She takes the gold in suitcases to Switzerland and other places. She's not like Maduro, you know. We haven't seen Maduro carrying suitcases around. She has had direct contact. Her hands are stained. It's a complicated issue, huh? A pretty complicated issue.
Oh.
And they're not having a good time. They're not having a good time. And there's still more to come. There's a lot more. Now, when Russia tells her she has to send oil, and when China tells her she has to send oil, what is she going to do? Delcy? She'll probably end up fleeing at some point in history. These people always end up fleeing. Something will happen. Something will come up. Pum will leave. And the problem you have in the middle of all this, the problem you have you run away, is that it's not going to turn out very well, let's say. Attention because something has happened. And it also draws attention in the United States of America. Marco Rubio has mentioned the 3 stages of the transition or the revolution of freedom in Venezuela. 3 stages. America comes first. American interests, then the structure, politics, and finally, some elections. Around there, Maria Corina doesn't appear anywhere, nor is she mentioned anymore at the White House. She's no longer mentioned or considered. I'll repeat, I'm being honest, based on what we're seeing and hearing.
No.
And it's tremendous. Because this will greatly disappoint many people. All right? Look at this, Pedro. Let's hear from our family's little one.
Yeah.
The sheep, Petro, This is amazing, looking with Petro, with...
Reactions. It was un gran honor hablar con el Colombian President Gustavo Petro.
Is this the same thing that happened to Maduro? Is he doing the same thing as Maduro? I can't believe it. I can't believe it. It's Maduro too. It's Maduro too. He also wants to be arrested and go to America, Maduro, since he knows he'll lose the election. Look at the mess Petro is making without realizing it. These people don't get it, you know? How does Donald Trump think? Another one putting on Maverick's jacket.
Being followed by actions was boom. Gran honor hablar con el Colombian President Gustavo Petro.
But let me find out about these people celebrating. Let me see.
Let me find out.
Called. Bueno, yo fui invitado a hablar con él. And I didn't say no.
Oh my God, this is worse than Maduro. This is worse than Maduro. Maduro was more discreet.
The drug situation, other disagreements we've had. And his call and his tone, and I hope reunirme con él soon.
Yes, people applaud, and Petro looks at the United States. Are they laughing at Trump? Where is she? His transgender girlfriend? Is he going to take her to the White House? Can you imagine if Petro goes with his girlfriend to the White House? We're live, more alive than ever. They say you're right wing. Thank God. I have a right hand and a left hand. And when I have to go right, I go right. And when I have to turn left, I turn left. Rod's producer. I'm going to explain something to you. I think that if we're still thinking there are left and right in the year 2026, then no. We see with the common sense of a human being that Nicolas Maduro is a narco-dictator and that this is just another one. If you're still thinking whether it's right-wing or left-wing, evolve. You can evolve. Trust me, you can. If I'm right-wing, I'm an honest person. That's enough for me.
The Secretary of State Marco Rubio and the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Colombia are making the necessary arrangements.
Man, the arrangements are that they took away your visa to enter the United States and they're going to give it back to you. Now, the same thing. Is he going shopping with Linda Yepe? It's his turn to go to the United States, not Petro. Look at him. He's not going to go. He's not going to go. Look at him.
The necessary ones. Monsignor, it's his turn to go to the United States.
Chancellor, it's his turn to go to the United States, but he's not going. I can't believe it. Look, look, look. This guy won't go to the United States, not even for free.
Necessary arrangements. Monsignor lets him go to the United States.
He takes a good translator with him. He takes a good translator with him. Tell it. Tell it to the foreign ministers. He's a coward. Trump is going to tell her, don't worry, Petro. I'll send you some helicopters with some guys dressed in green, with things on their heads and rifles bigger than your body. The meeting will take place at the White House in Washington, District of Columbia. And then they're going to take him down to the bunker and he won't come out of there.
Hey.
I'm already amazed by these things, but wait. To top off the night, this doesn't happen to me anymore. I can't believe it. Are you serious? I've already stayed. Many people will be upset, but I need to say this. Now we have Maria Corina's book that's going to be sold in the United States. The Manifesto of Freedom. A 120-page book that covers Machado's proposals for a new era for the country without the dictator Nicolas Maduro, as well as the new national project that she envisions. And hello? Is it necessary to print and sell it? Can't you publish it for free so that everyone knows what the blessed plan is that the opposition has to govern the country called Venezuela? Every day I'm more amazed by this story, now a book. I'm more amazed daily. Maria Corina, Venezuelan Democratic Forces leader. No, well, that's your world. Oh, we've already left Edmundo somewhere, in Spain.
Yeah.
He published a November manifesto laying the groundwork for Venezuela's reconstruction. The document published by the Washington Post. Pam. But a 120-page book. I mean, have we gone from governing Venezuela to selling books? I'm just blown away by all this. It's like a novel. It's a real novel. Here, everyone and every crazy person has their own thing. It's just crazy. Right? Look, this isn't called a mistake. Selling books isn't a mistake. It makes you money, right? This is a show. I feel sorry for all the people of Venezuela. I don't know. Tonight, I was talking about it. Tonight, I joined a Twitter space that was announced, and I said, I'm going to see what they're talking about. And I joined in. And, of course, when I joined, we started talking. I asked for the mic to say hello. I thought it was appropriate to greet everyone, and, well, that's it. We talked and discussed many things, and I made my position on this topic clear. I'll say it again. When I need to criticize, I do. When I have to criticize something, I criticize it. And the thing is, these things aren't normal. These things aren't normal. And what things? I think the world deserves to freely know the government plan of an opposition to Chavismo. But now, before you leave, I'll play it for you again, okay? This is Venezuela. It's the official page. This isn't fake. I'm saying this because later they'll come and say, this is the official page.
Yep.
Venezuela, period. RG, the Manifesto Freedom. Maria Corina Machado lays out her vision for the new Venezuela. A book. Well, I'm not going to buy it. But the thing is, I think Venezuelans who don't have money, who earn 50 cents a month, aren't going to find out about this either. In fact, they're probably writing it over, maybe even in English. Does anyone see meaning in these things? Does anyone find any meaning in this? Do you guys think that when Donald Trump sees these kinds of actions, he takes this seriously? I don't think so. Well, it's just that out of curiosity, Freedom Manifesto.
Manifesto.
Well, nothing. Now we're going to sell books. We've gone from Oslo. Noble books. The issue is serious. I mean, the issue is extremely serious. And, well, the coolest part of all this, I mean, the coolest thing about the 20, what it says here, Maria Corina Machado, leader of the Democratic forces. Well, no, the one who won the election, was Edmundo. An election in a dictatorship. Tell me how legal that is. Which is illegal because those elections were set up for Maduro to win. They lost control due to machine failure or a short circuit. I don't know what you all think about this because no one has seen it anywhere yet. What is the government plan he already has? And step by step, point by point. Don't come to us saying, we can't discuss that, or we'd rather not. You need to tell us. The average Venezuelan wants to know. The 8 million Venezuelans around the world want to know. I want to know, and I'm not even a Venezuelan. Imagine someone who is from Venezuela. I want to know the leader of the Venezuelan Democratic Forces. What is the government plan? What was the famous 100 days and 100 hours plan after Maduro? This is turning into a circus where things keep getting worse. All that was missing was the book. Maybe next Netflix will come and make a movie. And then Amazon Prime will come. Probably, and that's it. Anyway, thanks to these things, because of these things, I end up getting insulted for bringing this up, but it's just the reality. I don't see any sense in it from my point of view. Publishing a video right now that's being sold in bookstores with a topic that is about
content,
public information everyone should know. So does someone need to buy the book, scan it, and upload it for Venezuelans to learn about it? Do they have to translate it? By the way, Marco Rubio. There's a video where he laughs when they ask Donald Trump, what was Maduro doing when they were arresting him? I can't believe it. Look, let's change the subject. Let's change the subject. That's it. Let's let people do what they want with their lives. They'll know where they want to run their own ship aground. But anyway, let's have a laugh. Look at this. Look at this story. Oh my God, Marco Rubio is a real character. Look, 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 look.
What was Maduro doing when the United States forces entered his residence?
But this is fake, right? This is fake. I think this is fake. What would Maduro even be doing? Do you ever ask yourselves that? What would Maduro be doing with Celita? What? Me? I'm curious. They should tell it, right? We want to know all the details since you're at it. And this has already turned into a show of total disgrace of...
Well. We open this section. Gossip from Venezuela. Attention, family 448 in Spain. 1148 in Venezuela. We inaugurate a section. Oh my God. Well, we have the bodyguard here of John Kerry, the Pope, and Maduro, who was injured the other day.
Seeing a bit of what his daily life is like. What's wrong with you? I don't know where you get these things, but I'm really amazed, let me tell you. New details about one of the official acts of the Directorate of Personal Security that was dismissed in Venezuela last January 3rd, according to the journalist from Martin Noticias, Mario Pinton. The daughters of Colonel Humberto Alfonso Roca Sanchez, who belonged to the Directorate of Personal Security, became the head of the Punto Cerro garrison. They live in the United States of America, one of his daughters, the youngest, since 2014 in New Jersey, and the other daughter since 2022. Daughter. I'm not going to give details, I'm not going to say names, obviously, but they're reconstructing everything for everyone. It seems like they lived very badly. It doesn't seem like they loved Cuba so much to live there. But nevertheless, her father was dedicated to persecuting dissidents and protecting Nicolás Maduro. Isn't that the best story for your grandchildren? The truth is that things keep coming. Every day, things keep coming. Stories about everything that's happening and going on in every place. It's incredible. I wish that Cuba would also follow the path of freedom that it deserves now. I believe the United States is obligated to do it. If the security of the United States is important, Cuba is without a doubt one of the elements that must fall. The Cuban dictatorship must fall before all of this story. The issue of Iran. Things are very, very bad. I can't show the videos because they are highly explicit. Watch tomorrow closely as things may escalate and Friday could be disastrous. So let's see what happens. Family, it's been a real pleasure. Leave your comments down below. Share the live stream as always. Thank you so much. And I'll see you in the next show right here. Greetings on military strategies.